Hello again, listeners. Welcome back to the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. Mr. Chama, nakab nak.
Boy, maa ngi baax boy na xam.
My cool man, but things are looking grim. It's very bad start. both club and FPL at the same time.
Yeah, but it's still early days, so
Yeah,
like there's still long way to go. Especially FPL wise. I think, um, yeah, it's a decent start. It's not a good start, but it's okay because the rank does not matter, or like if you have a good number of points, because there are some big scores so far this season, so that's why it will look bad. And there are some triple captains and all whatnot, so it will look bad, but it's not as bad as you would think. Right.
I hope so. I hope so. That's encouraging and it's a good pep talk. But yeah, so we are recording Game Week 3 preview. It's Monday here in the US. It's about almost 9:48, almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's the 26th of August. And how are things there in Japan? Timestamp.
Oh, 1 o'clock, 1:48 in Japan. It's in the,
Hmm.
daytime. On the Tuesday already. So we are
Okay,
recording on Monday in the US and Tuesday in Japan. Yeah. Happy days.
nice. Yeah. So let's jump right into this talking points. So we'll talk about the results and takeaways from Game Week 2. So some really good results overall, except for obviously us. But we'll get to that in the fan corner. Which games did you manage to watch this time around, this week?
Oh, obviously the first game of the week, for obvious reasons, Brighton Man United, Man City. I watched their game. I was watching bits of their game and also keeping an eye on what was happening at Fulham because of FPL reasons. You
FPL,
know,
yeah.
Yeah, because I have a Fulham player and stuff, so I was watching. But yeah, the Man City game was the one I was watching mostly. So the 3 o'clock kickoff, I cannot say much about those games, but definitely the Man United game, Brighton versus Man U, was something that I enjoy watching.
Hmm.
Liverpool too. I saw their game. Chelsea, I saw bits of their game. So to be honest, I did not see a lot of football this week. To be honest, Man
Okay.
United is the only game I watch like fully.
Fully, the full game, yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I did not watch any other game where like focus on it. So how about you? Did you catch on any
Yeah,
games?
the Man U game was pretty early. It was 4 a.m. and I think 4:30 here. So the problem is, I think I woke up around 5-ish, just to check the results or something like that, and then I went back to sleep. Even if I had watched it, I don't think I would have paid attention. Probably would fall asleep again because it's so
Yeah.
early in the morning. Which game again did I see? Ipswich. I saw parts of it, not the whole game. I was probably working, doing something else, and then watching the game. Aston Villa Arsenal, I also was working and then watched the game. So that was a bit. The first half was a bit intense. So I watched that. It was a good game. Obviously, the good test for Arsenal. It's like they finally, shook the ghost of last season past, which is good.
Yeah.
But like their captain, not captain, but their defender said, Saliba, he said, okay, this is one game that is a good result, but we have like 36 more games to play, which is a good mindset to have, because even
Yeah.
though you won the game this season, you still have more games. So last season they won most of their games, and then they had the game against Aston Villa where they dropped points. So yeah, what else? What else? Chelsea game, I was following it. I didn't really watch it. Your
Yeah.
game,
Follow
I
only.
watched it. Yeah, I think I watched your game because it was late, and it's like
Yeah.
almost midday here. So yeah, so I watched that game fully. It was very measured performance, which we'll talk about in the fan corner.
Yeah. The fan
So
corner
yeah,
definitely.
pretty good results all around for the top six, except Man U, obviously. So that's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any
But
takeaways?
yeah, City, they conceded early, right? I was watching that one. They conceded the early goal against Ipswich. Interesting. The last time City played Ipswich, that was in 2001 or 2002 something.
Hmm.
Ipswich beat City and relegated Manchester City to the
Wow,
championship. The last time they
really?
played in the, yeah.
That's
So
interesting.
Yeah, actually, that time Man City were playing in a different stadium. I was listening to Totally Football Show or something, and then I got that. I had that
Yeah,
fact,
that's
and now look at how the tables has turned.
yeah,
City
yeah.
City are there. Ipswich scoring a goal against City, they were celebrating it like they have never scored a goal in their life, you know. And then you remember the last time they played, City was the small team. Ipswich were,
Hmm.
close to qualifying for the Champions League as well.
Oh, wow.
They were, I think, third. They finished third in that particular season that they came up in the Premier League. They almost qualified for the Champions League. It was so close. I cannot remember the story very well. So to see that game, it was very interesting. City conceding the early goal, the clean sheet gone, and like it was good. And then Haaland, of course, a hat trick. I think that, like Max said, that was the most predictable hat trick we will
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
see in the Premier
yeah.
League because
That's why,
like
yeah, so many, yeah,
everybody triple captain him.
yep, yep. A lot of people, yeah.
Yeah, for me personally, I could have gone there, but it's not something I like to do. We rather we are opportunists, so we rather go for the double game weeks. Even though there might be a lot of double game weeks this season,
Yeah,
but
I
I
heard
will I
about
will
that.
always rather go about with the double game weeks than play it with somebody who's playing with one fixture. So who knows? Maybe the second double game week, maybe the double game week. Haaland will be playing against Ipswich again, in the second leg, or playing against Southampton, or playing against Leicester. So you have to hedge your bet and then wait for that one. You have to
Biggest
wait. You have to go.
opportunity, yeah.
Yeah, wait for the opportunity and go for that one. Yeah, and Spurs, Son. You have not been talking about Son of
Son,
late.
man, is
He,
back, and yeah, it's good to know.
he's back. Yeah, he's back. He scored a brace. He scored a brace for Spurs, which it makes it another interesting player because we know the quality is always there, but because of the amount of
It's the form, yeah.
and the premium players we have, that's why we kind of taking him lightly. But he
Hmm.
has just made himself an option again in the game. And then Arsenal, we need to talk about Saka. He continued to do that, and then their defense is so good. Arsenal,
Yeah, the
we
defense
don't
is good,
consider it.
man. Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
We should definitely
and
consider getting one of those. Like last season, last season almost everybody had an Arsenal defender. This season, because of the fixtures, so people kind of shied away from getting there. But
they got two clean sheets,
they keep it clean sheets, man. One thing
back to
we
back clean sheets.
forgot to mention too is you guys. I watched your game and I was impressed with the defensive side of this manager. He's
Yeah,
very defensively conscious. Before
yeah, yeah.
against
We will talk. We will
with
go.
Klopp, yeah,
Yeah,
we talk
when we
about
go
it,
to
but
the fan
yeah,
corner.
I was like, man, Liverpool are they're defending. I don't mind getting a defender there. It might be good, but the problem is which defender. I would want Trent, but I can't afford him. That's the problem. But yeah,
Yeah. How about the Madueke hat trick and then Cole Palmer with a hat trick of assist?
I was seeing the updates. I was like, man, I really should have stuck with Cole Palmer with my first draft. I was
Yeah, yeah. You had him in the initial
like, I
stage,
had
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And I was like, Anyways, it happens. It's one of those. But yeah, Palmer is always class. Madueke might be interesting this season. If things continue the way they are. Yeah, might be a big
Yeah.
season
And
for him.
some players are kind of a little bit disappointed. Players like Muniz, players like Eza,
Even
Eza.
Buemo was a bit disappointing too.
Yeah, but I
But
think
yeah.
he played well. I didn't expect him to score. To be honest,
Yeah,
against
but
Liverpool, because,
still,
like
he could have done
like you
better.
said,
Yeah, but yeah,
defensively, Liverpool were good, right? We
maybe, yeah, yeah,
absolutely limited them, but we will talk about
definitely.
that. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like Eze, because of he was a popular pick, and then they had a good start. They played
Hmm.
against West Ham this weekend. So Eze owners has been really unfortunate. I think he took most shots in the Premier League so far, 12 shots. Semenyo, we were talking about earlier, he also have 8 shots, 12 shots so far this season. So the two players, Semenyo and Eza, are the players who took the most number of shots so far this season. And Eza has already created 4 chances as well. So he's been very disappointed. Like he's been unfortunate, I would say. His XGI is high up there, but no return for the owners. So it's a bit
I mean, it's just a matter
unfortunate.
of time. Yeah, if the numbers are there, eventually, they will come good.
Yeah.
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 I guess that's we talk about okay. Results right before I forget. I think so. How was your game week in general? Basically, it was a high. Yeah, it was a high scoring game week.
It was
Obviously,
a
the
high
people
scoring
that
game.
said
The
this.
average, the
Yeah,
average was 69. Average was
69. Yeah, that's
69.
high. That's high. As long
Yeah.
as I saw that Haaland had to, I was like, oh, this is going to be bad. Yeah, yeah. Even though you own him. Yeah. So take us through your game week.
Okay, let me just put in my team on the screen. I ended up with 75 points. Yeah,
Which
75
is
points.
good
I got.
actually. Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, 75 points only got me a rank of 3.4 million, though. So you know how tough times are nowadays. 75 points should have been a decent game week.
Oh yeah, a decent
Um,
game week. Yeah,
yeah,
good
but the
green
average,
arrow.
like I say, yeah, average of 69 points was the average point. But I got a red arrow. I got a red arrow because I was around 600k in the first game week, and then I moved to 900k. Not that it matters to me at this point, at this stage of the
Yeah.
season, but just to see 75 points giving you a red arrow makes FPL a really difficult,
Mm-hmm.
thing this season. Everybody is aware, everybody is doing well. So yeah, but I got 75 points. Henderson, goalkeeper, 1 point. He has been a bit disappointing, just like Palace have been so far this
Mm-hmm.
season. And then you have Pedro Porro, another 6 point from him. Trent, another clean sheet, 6 point. Hall, also 1 point. He did not even start the game, so another disappointing pick. Who
Oh
I'm even looking to
yeah.
get rid of. And then in the middle, like I say, I was watching Fulham because of Smith Rowe. I'm glad that he scored and got
Mm-hmm.
all 3 points, 3 bonus points. Saka, he got the assist. Minte, he was 2 points, but he did not have a lot of thing going for him going forward. But he was impactful in the game. We will talk about that when we talk
Mm-hmm.
about Man United, the front corner. And then
Mm-hmm.
Buemo, like you say, 1 point. He got the yellow card late on in the game. I would have taken the two, but yeah, he gave me one. Jota two, he only got the assist, 6 point. Isaac, like you say, he has been disappointing so far in the
It's been
first two games.
disappointing. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the first two fixtures were good. Southampton and Bournemouth, you would have expected him to get a goal at least, but unfortunately not. And then Haaland captain with the 34 points. Yeah, that was my team. 75 points, which if you look at take me to one like 92k, 92k. Yeah, so but yeah, I'm happy with the start I have so far this season. Maybe we can move on. What do you think? What do you think? Or maybe you can move on to your team.
I mean, like 75 is it's not bad, honestly. If I had, I think probably happy. But at this point, it's just to be in line with the pack, so that you don't have as much of a points gap when it comes to the second gaming. But man, 68 points, could do better. But obviously, Haaland, I think, and also my midfield. Basically, so starting in goal, I have Henderson, Pedro Porro with 6 points, Hall with one, Robinson, who did well with 7 points. Uh,
Yeah,
Diogo Jota, like you
got the
said, with
assist.
6 points. Rashford, who's been very poor, with 2 points. Saka with six. Nkunku also, one of those ones that we were thinking that we would probably have a good start because of preseason, but didn't translate into the season so far. Isak with two, and then Havertz with two, who I brought in this week for Solanke because Solanke was going to be out for a few game weeks. So
I was surprised by that move. I didn't expect it to be Havas, and then Havas was like 1 million more expensive than Solanke. So you kept a million in your
I,
bank
ha- I
going
had
into
I
game
had a
week
million
one.
in my yeah I had a million in my bank, yeah.
You had the
Uh,
contingency plan. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I always had a plan. I was thinking, because I already had the players I wanted to get anyway, so you can't get them all. So I was like, okay, let me just keep this 1 million just in case somebody rises
Yeah, it
in
makes sense.
price.
It
Yeah,
makes sense.
Havertz did well in the first game, so I was thinking after this, he's going to be there for a while because you know um, Arsenal are doing well. Saka obviously is a mainstay. Havertz is also like a punt to have in the team, especially
Yeah.
now that they're doing well. I just hope that he will get more chances. I was hoping, but it's a difficult game against Aston Villa, so it's not a game that you can judge him on. So moving forward, we'll see how that move pans out. Um, yeah, 66, 68 points, all out. Red arrow, 5.2 million game rank, and then dropping down to 3.7 million overall. Yeah, so it's kind of bad. um, the Kotu Classic FPL, the mini league. Let's see what's going on there. How are things looking?
Let me open it. Yeah. Uh, Unfortunately, I did not check the. Yeah, you can go to my page. Yeah, that's how the table is looking. Back at the
Some
Minteh. Can
some
you
some
see?
movement. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think
So
I think the top. Oh, top seven, they all move up. Yeah, top seven. You have your Bakari
Bakari
Minteh.
Minteh as number one. Number two, Mohamed Damfa.
Yeah,
There's some high
179.
points, man. There's some like 103,
103.
Yeah, Sering Cisse with 90. AFC Paradise with
Yeah,
94.
that's Chris, I think he's getting into the AI mood this season.
AI. Oh, he's using
Yeah.
the tools.
Yeah, that guy.
That's cool, man. I mean, and whatever you do, man, to to get you, what do you call it again? Yeah, you might as well. That's good. So who's our manager of the week to get a shout out? Do we see any top scores in here?
That,
Because we didn't get a chance to really go through and pick out who the manager of the week was.
yeah, yeah. We should have checked that earlier.
Yeah, we should
But
have
yeah,
checked it out.
I was trying to do it in the meantime. But yeah, maybe yeah. Let's leave that one for next week. I need to go
Yeah, we
to
leave it for
live
now.
FBF to get it.
Yeah, to see. Okay, I don't see a lot
Hmm.
of high scores in it, anyways. But yeah,
But there are few hundreds. You can see 106.
106. Yeah,
That is Mohamed Fall. You can see Awareness FC. What is Mohamed Damfa? He's
yeah.
103.
There's a
Yeah,
108 Mimi Njai, son of
Mimi Jai.
Miles. uh,
Probably that is the highest score, I think, 108. Because
108.
usually in the first few weeks you will find it in the top top
Yeah,
managers.
that was in the second page. So 108. So yeah, it's gonna be competitive, man. It's gonna be competitive. So if you are the manager of the week, congrats to you, to Mimi Njai, for being manager of the week. Supposedly, you have to confirm that. But yeah, um,
Supposedly, yeah. But I will
yeah,
confirm it as we go. I will confirm it. Don't
okay,
worry.
okay.
Yeah, we give them their shout.
So moving
We give
on
them
to our fan corner. Yeah, so I guess this is gonna be funny because I didn't watch our game. I just saw highlights and also what the Manu community saying. You know, um,
yeah,
so honestly, I don't think I can give an honest opinion. But basically, from what I've seen in the clips, which doesn't show the whole overall,
yeah,
like give an overall account of the game, I think it's still a bit early doors. Even though Brighton have a new coach, Brighton is way more well organized in the way that they play than Man U. The problem with Man U is we're still trying to figure out what is our best style of play. And I'm seeing what the coach is trying to do, bringing in Mount and Bruno playing the false nine. We are pressing really well, but the problem is now is we are pressing well, but then we have another issue which is scoring goals. You
yeah,
know, it doesn't help that some of these players are back, but I think almost everybody has the same issues with players coming back late and trying to fit into the team. It's worse if you are trying to to develop like a signature style of play because you don't have the players are coming in, players are joining in, you have new players that you have to integrate into the team. So I mean, it's disappointing. I would have loved to have at least a draw because it's Brighton, man. So um, it would have been nice to have a draw, at least to come up with that game, not losing it, basically. But moving forward, I would like the coach to try and use the players that he's got. Like the earlier you use them, the better chance to give them of integrating faster and then be able to utilize. You buy the lead and then you put him on the bench and you're still playing Maguire. Meanwhile, you know that Maguire is not your type of defender. Why do you start with Maguire anyways? You have a striker in Zexi, even though Hoyland is injured, obviously we know that, but we have two strikers now. Play the striker. Like don't bring problems for yourself early. Just play your best team. Basically, that's what I want him to do. But apparently, Mount is having a good counter or pressing monster. He's having a good impact in the style of play that the coach wants to play. But we need to win games basically because his job right now is a bit up in the air. Even though he's not under pressure right now as much as people are saying, but still, all these things contribute in the end. Anyways, we need to win anyways to be there because it's going to be a tough season. I don't want us
yeah,
to go through what we went through last season, man. Where it was just so terrible and it was bad. It was every kind of you know negativity the club was going through. But we have a few more days for the end of the window. We want to get in Ugarte to come and probably stabilize the midfield. If we get him, I'm not sure he's going to fix all our problems, but at least it gives us like somebody who's young and energetic in that midfield, which we need because we know Casemiro cannot play 60 minutes each game, like each and every game week. That's not possible. So yeah, that's my takeaway. Not an honest opinion of overall what happened in the game because I didn't watch the game, but these are my thoughts. What are
Yeah,
your
the
What do you
game.
think?
Yeah, thinking about the game. Yeah, I watched it. It was good. It was the early kickoff because it's usually 8 o'clock just after dinner. So it's usually nice. So the 8:30
Yeah,
kickoff here in Japan
yeah,
is
you
is the
enjoyed.
best.
Yeah, I used to enjoy that. Yeah, in Japan,
Yeah, yeah,
it was
it's
nice.
the best one. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was our boy against you guys, Yankuba. His Premier League home debut for Brighton, made his
Oh,
first.
yeah.
Yeah, that was his home debut, and he did well. Even though there are things that he could have done better in the game, like
Mhm.
every player. And of course he's a young player as well. He Dalot did a very very good job on him. So a
I
lot
heard.
of
That's what
credit
I
to
heard. Yeah, I heard
a,
about that. Yeah.
a lot of credit to Dalo.
Hmm.
But again, I can spin that discussion a little bit because Dalo did not attack at all in that game. All he did was defense. After the game, I had to go and analyze Dalo performances over the course of the season. He played against City, he played against Fulham, and then if you look at his hit map against those teams compared to Minteh, he was pinned back. He was defensive in a low block, kind of Dalo.
Hmm.
Stayed back. Most of his touches, or most of his time, he spent it in Manchester United box defended. Yanko
Hmm.
Minteh ended the game this week as the player with the most touches in the opposition box in the Premier League. He had most touches in the opposition box of any player playing in the Premier League this week. So he had
Hmm.
12 touches in the Manchester United box, which was higher than it. But where he had problem with Dalo was when they face one-on-one. Yanko Minte's
Hmm.
strength is a 1v1, 1v1. When he gets you 1v1, he takes you on every single time. You like 80% of the
He has a
time,
pace.
he's
He has
gonna win.
that half second or
Yeah,
half
exactly.
moment
Exactly.
of ton of pace, and then yeah, here's that space
E-
between him and the defender.
Exactly, just like he did last week with
Hmm.
Mikalenko. But Dalo used his experience, and then Yanko Minte could not get anything when it comes to the 1v1
Hmm.
duels with Dalo. So that was all credit to Dalo, to be honest. But defensively, I think he put in a good work. Yanko Minte himself, I mean, he put in a good work against Dalo himself. Dalo only had 2 touches in the attacking third of Manchester United because like I say, he spent most of his time defending. And that was something, yeah, that maybe you can credit Minte for because of his trade and stuff like that. But I think United defensively, overall, I think Man United played well. Man United controlled Brighton very well. The first goal they conceded, like, it should not happen. It should not happen. I know people were blaming Maguire and stuff. How, like, it was against the run of play. It was not like Brighton were on United and then all of a sudden Brighton score. It was not like that. It was something that should not have happened. It was easily defendable. They scored. And then United scored 2 goals disallowed. One of the
Yeah,
most bizarre. One
we
of the
keep
most
having that
bizarre.
this season, right? The first game too is the same thing. We keep. I don't know, but I hope this is not what is. It's not a testament of what is going to happen in this season because it's going to be a long season, man.
Yeah,
You know,
Rashford had
it's
the first one. It was so bizarre that Rashford had the chance. He headed the ball. The keeper made an exceptional save, and then the ball hit Rashford, go inside,
yeah.
and it
So
was a goal. And then there was the offside flag. Rashford was offside twice in that sequence. I don't know how that can happen. And then the second one with Zagzi, I think that was just unfortunate for United.
just unlucky,
That was
man.
just because that would have given United the 2-1 lead, and then it would have been difficult for Brighton to come back from the game at that point. Yeah, and that's actually that goal. I would have hated if it stood because it was through Yanko Minde's mistake up there that the ball turned, the
Oh,
turn around, and then Man United scored that one. So I was happy it was not a goal because if it was, people will start talking those kind of stuff. Just like after the game, there were a lot of talks about Minte because his decision making, to be honest, was not good on the day. Like, he was getting in the right positions. He was causing trouble, but when it comes to making his decision, it was not good. It was not good. I have to admit that. So, but like I said, he's a young player. These are things he
he's
will
gonna
learn with.
learn. Yeah, he needs
Yeah,
the experience. Yeah,
yeah. He was playing
this is
against
the highest
one of
level. Yeah, this is the highest
yeah, he
level.
was playing against one of the biggest team in English football. So
Hmm.
it's different. It's different level. So it was just a kids thing, but he will get better. Yeah.
Liverpool.
Liverpool. Yeah, we are impressed. We are very impressive, I think. We were very impressive. I like what I saw from that game. Um, you know, it's changed. The things have changed now because Liverpool will have to be about three for up, like counter
Heavy metal.
attacking team. You can heavy metal counter attack. Let's go. And Anna Slot has changed that. I don't know if I like it too much or if I don't know, to be honest, because I used to love what we used to do, like counter press and then create chance out of counter press, like club used to say counter press is the best number 10 and stuff like that once you win the ball. But now when we win the ball we want to keep it. It's not like when we win the ball we want to
Or you
expose
want to
the other
control,
defense.
you want to control the game basically.
Exactly. Sometimes, like I don't think Darwin will enjoy this too much. Darwin kind of enjoy the heavy metal stuff, where it's
The
always
chaos. Yeah, yeah. That's what I
basketball chaos. So Darwin will, like, Liverpool will win the ball, and then Darwin will already be on his bike, and then players like Sabus, like players like they hold the ball and then turn recycle, and then Darwin is like
Uh,
you know.
okay. He has to change his way of playing now, I guess, maybe. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
But
It's exciting.
it was a good how do you say? It was a good game. You guys were very efficient in the way that you guys played. Sanjay, I was like, we were thinking that, since Klopp has left and this guy's coming in, he'll take a few years for you guys to get back to that level. But it's just probably just continuing on from where Klopp left, and probably just made the defending more better. I mean, a bit better than before, which is good. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, it's good.
Um,
It's good because if you look at it in the context of conceding chances and stuff, the first two games we have played, like I say, last game people were talking Ipswich were on Liverpool, but they did not create anything, and that was the similar case this time around. There was not a lot of chances that Liverpool conceded. I would say, like Liverpool should have conceded from this or Liverpool should have conceded from that. I've not seen it. So we are controlling games, and football is about that. You have to limit your opponent from getting chances, and then you create your own chances. And we are doing both things. We are limited. Of course, we have Brentford and Ipswich for a start. We will have a better test. We have a bigger test, more strong teams. But we are doing that like so far. So like Liverpool in the past, last season, I used to cry here. Like we always give away one big chance. We always give away one big chance to the opponents, and that is not happening
yeah,
anymore.
you will always get your chance against Liverpool. You just have to take it when you
Exactly,
get it. Yeah, that's
exactly,
football.
exactly.
So next game we are playing against you guys.
Yeah, that's the next
how
one.
do how do
Yeah,
you how do you think the game is gonna go?
you know me when how I view United. I will always want to be confident as a Liverpool fan, but I will always know that it's Manchester United. It does not matter when we play them. It doesn't matter which Manchester United players are in that team. It doesn't matter which team is better. It's always gonna be a derby.
It's a
I'm
derby,
always
yeah.
gonna, yeah. So
Anything is
it's always gonna
possible.
be difficult. It's always gonna be difficult. So it's not gonna be different. Liverpool can even dominate the game, but we can even end up losing. That's what happened last season. I can remember in the FA Cup last season, we battered you guys, but in the end, you ended up being the FA Cup champions. So United, you can never underestimate. I can never underestimate them. And likewise, if Liverpool are struggling, I will never underestimate Liverpool against Man United. Likewise, Man United, and I don't think United are bad. Are in that bad
I,
state.
I
Yes, you
think
lost.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you
yeah.
lost the last game, but I don't think you are in the bad state that
hmm
people will. Yeah, just
Yeah.
the lost last game. Yeah.
I feel like it's just disappointing, that people are, we lost, but it's still a bit early, and the team is a team in progress. I think I know is good to win because you want to get there, you want to win, you want to get the points. But I feel like our performance overall is going to improve this season. I don't know how the coach wants to like try to change the team or tweak it a bit that we start getting goals. But the way we press and the way we kind of build up, sometimes it's nice to watch from the shots I've seen so far. So it's going to be interesting against you guys because we're going to play. Because during the preseason, I remember the game we played. It wasn't because before when we played Liverpool, it's like the whole game you're just defending. It's like this is so boring. It's like so now it's going to be a game of phases where we'll dominate some part of it, at least for now, in my opinion, and then you guys will dominate maybe more of what get more of the ball, but it won't be like before where you guys dominate almost the whole game. You know, yeah. Let's see how that one goes. So it's going to be interesting. basically. But I won't be surprised if
I,
we lose, man. I won't
but
be
yeah,
surprised
I
if we
can
lose.
remember last season. Last season, every game you come here, Manchester United have considered 25 shots. Manchester United have considered
A
like a
lot
lot
of
of
yeah,
chances.
a lot of
But
chances
that
this
is not
time
happening
around.
in this season. It's not
Yeah.
happening. Yeah,
Hmm.
Against Brighton, it's respectable. Man United had 16 shots. Brighton had 14 shots in the game. So it
Hmm.
was very well balanced. United created two big chances. Brighton also created a couple of big chances. But it was balanced. It was not like United are not creating or they are conceding too many,
Yeah.
good chances and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Only 5 shots on target, I think Brighton have in that game. Man United have 4. So it was not bad. It was not bad as last season. Of course, the results people kind of tends to cloud people's judgment at the end of the day. But if you look at the performance, it's not as bad as
Yeah, they
that.
get a bit emotional, So yeah, I mean, if I don't know if he's the right coach for us. I wanted him to stay because we haven't had somebody, coach our team for more than 3 years. We're always switching it up. But now we have like a system in play. We have the right people in power to make those decisions about recruitment, about the style of play. So I think we're headed in the right direction. He might not
Yeah.
be the one to take us there. Basically, that's possible. But at least we give him the chance to try to do something with this team because we have good technical players. Most of the players that we signed this season are good technical players. The ZC is a very good 10. You have Masraoui who can play inverted, the whatever you call it, inverted fullback. So we have those kind of players. The league can also play at the high line. So we just need time to see how these players are going to adapt into this style that he wants to play. The only issue I have is if you have new players, like we don't have the luxury of trying to take their time to bet them into the team. We don't have that chance. Like we're not Liverpool where we took about Klopp took about a few games to bring all these players in slowly. We don't have that luxury to do that. We need the players right now because the team as is, all those Maguire and them cannot play in the system that the coach wants to play. So bring those players in, whatever the case may be. Let them be because they're professionals. They're not players, young players. We're trying to bring into the team slowly. No, we don't have time for that. Play the
Yeah.
striker that we bought.
Yeah, and another thing, to be honest, I noticed about United too. You're talking about the players you signed. I think you guys have a decent transfer window this season, but the
Mhm.
only the
Of course.
small worry that I have is the players the club are signing are all towards. Yeah, you saying you don't think Ten Hag is the one who will take you to where you want to be as a club,
He
but
might
then
not be. Yeah.
the signings that your club is making, I feel is Ten Hag signings. So
Yeah,
I don't
that's what
like.
it feels like. But
Yeah.
the like the recruitment team is the one that recommended. Like they came and said, okay, this is the guy that can play your, and it just happens to be that he played for Ten Hag before. You know what I mean. So even Zexi too.
Uh-huh.
I don't think he ever played on that Ten Hag. Maybe he's Dutch. Yeah, that's the only connection.
That's the connection, yeah. And then you
Yeah.
have Mazraoui,
So
he played on a Ten Hag.
Mazraoui, he played on that Ten Hag. Yeah. So
So
I
you have
mean,
the and the other players you signed before to, I don't know if it is yeah, like you say, it could be the recruitment, but the feeling is Man United are signing players for Ten Hag for his system.
basically, yeah.
So
Well, yeah,
yeah,
for his system, but
yeah,
also
but
I kind of feel like we're not far off from the style of football Man U wants to play, regardless of the coach. You know what I
okay,
mean? Before we used to be
yeah,
counter footballing. We're like we can't develop or build up play. We can't do that because we didn't have the players, we didn't have the coach. Now
yeah,
it seems like we are getting to that point. Even if Ten Hag goes, I'm sure that we're going to find a coach similar in style to the way Ten Hag is going to play, or like
okay.
a slight variation. So we have those players, but those players are not going to be like before, where you have Mourinho comes in with his own type of players. Van Gaal has his own players. It's like, what are we doing? So it's good
Yeah.
that we're getting all those players. McTominay is going to leave soon. We're going to sell him to Napoli. Hopefully that will get confirmed soon.
That's what I
So
see. So
yeah,
McTominay and what else his name? Gilmore. They are all going to
McTominay.
Napoli.
Yeah,
Gilmore from
McTominay is
uh-huh.
he played last game against us. I heard he did
He
well
was
in this.
exceptional. He was
I
really
heard, I heard
good.
about it. Yeah, I heard that
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
good. I
yeah. He
don't know
was
why they're
really good.
selling him. It doesn't make any sense to me, but
They,
whatever.
they just they just signed a new midfielder, O'Reilly from Celtic, who is very highly rated. So maybe
Mm.
that's why. And they have Viper from Feyenoord last season. So yeah,
They have a lot of
you know
players, man. But the,
they have
the
a lot
coach
of
is doing
players.
well in trying to bring all these players together because you can't tell like from the way they're how well they're doing that it's a new team, it's a new coach, so many different players. I mean, it's the same
Yeah.
Brighton playing Brighton way, you know.
Yeah. Their coach
Yeah,
is their
impressive,
coach is
man.
the young. Did you know their coach is the youngest
31 years.
coach in the Premier League? 31. It's crazy,
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy. So let's move it along to game week 3 preview. Um,
Uh-huh.
I guess we can share the fixtures for game week. Let me see if
Uh-huh.
we yeah. So I think Arsenal with the early kickoff against Brighton. This is going to be an interesting game. I want to see how how this game
Oh,
will go.
but I didn't have another early kickoff. I did not realize that.
Yeah, that's going to
That
be interesting. I don't think I'd watch
uh-huh.
this one. It's 4:30 a.m.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it will be early for you.
I would have loved to watch this game, honestly.
Uh-huh.
Brentford, Southampton, Everton, Bournemouth, Ipswich, Fulham, Leicester, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, Wolves, West Ham, Man City, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Newcastle Sport, and then Man U, Liverpool. Yeah, that's the big game on
That's the big
Sunday.
one. You close the
Yeah,
week,
that's a big
right?
one. Yeah, that's a big one. Anyone you would pick for FPL reasons, like you should watch out for, of course, as
You know
usual.
the Arsenal is the Arsenal fixture that I picked for FBA reason. I was expecting Arsenal to come, to do really well in that fixture against Brighton. Even though I would love Brighton to win, and I would love our boy Minteh to torment
Together,
them.
to do well.
Yeah, yeah. But I think Arsenal, with the form they are in,
Yeah.
they might be too much for Brighton
Mhm.
in that early kickoff. Yeah, that is the fixture. To be honest, the other fixtures this week they are almost all similar. Maybe Brentford, you
Yeah.
can say Brentford, Southampton is another fixture that you can
Hmm.
pinpoint as an FPL fixture. But
Brentford, yeah.
other than that, all the
They
other
open.
fixtures for me, they are really quite open. You can add Chelsea to the mix because Crystal Palace are struggling. But at the start of the
Hmm.
season, you will not expect Chelsea this to be an easy fixture because Crystal Palace can be a very difficult team to play against. You know,
Hmm.
so I think those three fixtures for me: Arsenal, Brighton, Brentford, Southampton, and Chelsea, Crystal Palace are three fixtures to target if you want to do well in the game this week. Those are the three fixtures. How about you? What is your thought?
The Newcastle Spurs game is an interesting one. I think last time they were saying, I saw some stats, might be wrong, about Isak scoring, I don't know how many goals against Spurs. Somebody
Yeah,
can maybe fact check that and see. So this might be the
yeah,
only reason why I feel like, Isak, can do something. Because Spurs defensively, I don't think they're the best. As much as they're winning the games, they
yeah,
kept the clean sheet last game, right? The 4-0. But
yeah. They
still, you
did.
can you can get at them. You can get at them and score. Even though Newcastle are kind of struggling a bit early doors, but still, um, yeah. Another game I think we should keep an eye on is Everton Bournemouth. Um,
Yeah,
Everton. I don't know what's going on, man. They have been a bit defensively lacking. Bournemouth lost Solanke obviously, but Semenyo, is doing well, which takes me to he's going to be one of my transfers this week. One of the players I'm considering. Anyway, so yeah, what are your thoughts on him,
Seven.
Semenyo? I mean, yeah,
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Everything needs the points. Everything really needs the points, and this is a home fixture against a team that they will be competing, or they will be competing for the relegation. So I think Everton will go all out. I don't think it's a good FPL game, but Everton have been bad. So
hmm
Semenyo could capitalize, but the fact that it is at Everton's home ground,
Everton,
which
yeah,
is
might be a bit difficult, yeah,
that's
because last
why
season they
that's
were good
why.
defensively, yeah. Last season they were
Yeah,
good
they were good
defensively.
defensively, and maybe they might get their boy back. I don't know. Brand White, if he's
Brand,
back,
he was injured, right? He's been
Brand,
injured the past two games, right?
yeah, he's been in the past two
Yeah.
games. So, but hopefully, maybe they will have him back. Yeah, that's why that fixture for me is a little bit difficult to call. But like you say, yeah, Semenyo has started the
There
season
might
very
be some
well.
goals in there, yeah. There might be some goals, yeah. Because
There
yeah,
there might be some goes in there, yeah. Because for me, the way I look at things usually, I want to see a team very strong against a
hmm
team not so
just
strong
very weak defensively,
with
yeah.
with a home game added to it. For example, even though Brighton are not weak defensively, but they are not
Hmm.
the greatest defense in the Premier League,
Hmm.
Arsenal are very good attacking wise and they play at home. That's why I see that as a good fixture for
Hmm.
Arsenal in FPL. And then you look at the other one, which I say was Chelsea, Crystal Palace. They have showed they are really poor this season. So Chelsea playing at home with the attacking, players they have, the likes of Palmer, the likes of Neto, the likes of Zhao Felix, Madueke scoring 6 in their last game with a lot of confidence. So there could be goals there. Yeah, those like other things are very difficult. All the fixtures are very difficult for me
A bit
to call.
close. Yeah, the fixtures are a
They are
bit close.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are close. Exactly. That's the right word to use. Even Man City and West Ham. West Ham play at home, so
Might
I
not
know
be
Man
as
City is the
easy.
better.
Yeah.
It's not be as easy as like what we saw last week. So yeah,
So moving on to our teams. What is your team looking like for
let me
this
show you
game
my
week?
team.
Gaming three.
Yeah, I made a move already. I made an early move, which is not gonna impact on this game week because I do it for subsequent game weeks. That is, I didn't want to have Solanke anymore because I know he was gonna drop in price. His price was about to drop. He's not fit, so Tottenham are gonna have difficult fixtures going forward. So I made a move to bring in João Pedro. He was also going up. If you look at Brighton, if you look at Brighton, for example, I will just show that fixtures. After they play Arsenal away, they will play Ipswich at home, Nottingham Forest at home. So these are two fixtures that you want to have, like these Brighton assets. So even though I can bench him for the Arsenal fixture, I brought him in just to bench him for the Arsenal fixture, and then I will plan to unleash him against the next two fixtures against Ipswich and Nottingham Forest at home. So then I have in goal Henderson, Pedro Polo, Lewis Hall. I might change. I might have a new defender because I still have one transfer to make. So I might still make one transfer for a defender because I have Bako, I have Hall,
Yeah,
and then I
me.
have
Yeah.
Howard Bellis. So yeah, my defender has been a disaster so far, but of
The
course
same.
Pedro
It's the
Poro,
same.
yeah, Pedro Poro and Trent have been keeping the
Covering
defense
there.
going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, covering exactly. So, but I will try to add another defender. Could be an Arsenal defender, or Chelsea defender. It depends on what I'm looking at for the future. And then in midfield, I have Smith Rowe against Ipswich. Minteh, I have to start him against Arsenal, and then Buemo, Diego Jota, and Saka, and then up top Haaland and Isaac. So yeah, if I had better options, maybe I could have Ben Minte for this game week against Arsenal because it's going to be a difficult one. But to be honest, I don't have options unless I make a couple of transfers, which I don't want to do a hit. So I might just unleash my boy. Even if he don't return for me, I'm still happy to see him play in the Premier League.
Yeah. And who's the captaincy choice for this week? Saka.
Captain is Saka. Yeah. That's why I say Arsenal was the fixture that I was looking at. Yeah, but I might bring a Chelsea player. So I don't know, but I
But
don't
who
think
do
I
you
will change
bring
the captaincy.
apart from Palmer and Madueke? Like who do you think? I don't want to be. Madueke looks good for the price point that he is, but the problem is like
I'm not
is
gonna
he going
bring
to
back Madueke.
continue? Is he going to
Yeah.
continue? I would like to have Palmer, of course. I can't afford it right now.
Yeah. No, I
So
can like the Chelsea attack. If I don't get Palmer, I don't want anyone anymore because
anybody
of
else? Yeah.
like the options are just too much. They are just too much.
Just too
Like
many players. Too many players.
Neto has to be a starter in that team. Zach Felix has to play. Nkunku has to play. You have Modric. You have Madueke. And then you have our boy up top, Michael.
So
Michael Jackson. I see him. Having a go at Obi
beefing with
Mikel this week.
Mikel.
Yeah.
Beefing.
So beef. They have a beef. Yeah. So yeah, the options are just many. Palmer is the only one I trust. So other than him, I don't want to get their attacking players. But let's see. It will be difficult to bring him into this team as well. But I would love to have him. I would love to have him. Yeah.
Yeah, Palmer.
Maybe
I'm
their
sure
defense.
he's gonna go
I'm
up in
thinking about
price.
their defense.
That's gonna be a problem
defense.
too.
Anybody to go there for their defense, Chelsea?
Gusto is the only one that I feel. Gusto, Colwell are the two that I feel like are gonna stay in the team.
Uh-huh.
Um, um, what's the other guy? It's the left back, the Spanish guy,
Cucurella.
Cucurella. Yeah, but
Uh-huh.
Cucurella, I don't know about attacking wise. I know when it comes to attack, Gusto is the guy to go because James is not gonna be fit. We all know that. So what's the point going there? So Gusto
Yeah.
had him in my team, but I took him out. I don't know what's his price now. If you want to go for a defender, I think you should go with Gusto.
It's 5 million. He's 5.
So it's not cheap anymore. So
So that's it.
how
Let's go
much
to
is
your team.
Colwell? How much is Colwell?
Colwell is 4.5. Colwell and Fofana, they start at centre back 4.5, 4.5. Their goalkeeper too is 4.5. So, you know,
I
you
think
can
they're
also
gonna
look
keep
at
clean
that.
sheets, but yeah, I think if you should get like a fullback from Chelsea, those two will probably do well.
Yeah.
My team, yeah. So as it stands, I have Henderson, Pedro Hall, Robinson. I have Nkunku, but this is I'm thinking, man, I don't want to have him in my team anymore. It's getting really pretty serious right now. I
Nkunku.
might change, yeah, I might change him to Semenyo, or maybe just wait for next game week and then just have two transfers and then try to see what I can do with that. Um, I have Saka, I have Rashford. I also don't like Rashford in my team, but this is against Liverpool. So if there's a week that I need to keep him in my team, just in case of
It's this
anything
week.
being hopeful, it's just this week, basically. Just keep him in there. Anything is possible. Then I have Jota, I have Isaac, Haaland, and then Havertz. So captaincy is going to change, obviously, to Saka, basically, or Havertz. So just take a punt and put either of them there and see what happens.
Currently is on who? Haaland.
He's on, yeah, his default is on Haaland, but yeah, it might change soon. On the bench, I have Minteh. You see, I have Bako is out, Kwanzaa is out. So my defense, I started off very, very bad when it comes to my bench and
Yeah,
defensive
the first
options,
pick, the
honestly.
first pick can be very important, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
now
but
the
you,
problem is
yeah,
how do you take them out of the team because you don't want to waste a transfer right now. You know what I mean?
yeah,
This is
yeah,
the problem of FPL. Unless you wildcard, but right now
yeah.
you wanna improve the 11, not the 15. So that's the problem.
Exactly. That's the problem. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, if you have a good 11 to go with, I think yeah you
Hmm.
can ride along and then see more get a lot of more insight about the season because I think the international break or international window no the transfer window ends
I think is
by
that Friday or Saturday? 4 days. I
yeah
had this for
by
4 days.
so yeah that's the transfer window ends and then there's the international break 2 weeks then
Mm-hmm.
after that we start to have more information about players then maybe wildcard will not be long far away so
Mm-hmm.
yeah I think right now just ride along until you pass that transfer and then international window then you can look at the other so you have a good 11 I think the 11 is not bad you have Havertz and Saka not many managers have that
Mm-hmm.
you have Nkunku maybe even you can start him this week maybe he will not start for Chelsea but this is a fixture that could be good because Crystal Palace have been struggling since the season started. They don't seem settled because their defenders are
The defenders,
wanted.
yeah, I want to say that, yeah, defenders.
They
Anderson,
exactly
he's left, right? He's gone to Fulham. Is it Fulham? He's gone to Fulham.
exactly that is Anderson right.
Yeah, he's gone. And
He's
now,
already said yeah
yeah, he's already signed.
Gehi
Yeah, Newcastle are negotiating for Gay. So I don't know, man.
yeah
It's
I,
gonna be a bit crazy for that team. The two
yeah
best defensive partnerships,
even
man.
Eza is not
Man
settled to
City,
stay.
yeah,
Man
I heard
City
Man
is
City are
lurking
locking him
behind.
around. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Crystal Palace playing them now is good. I
Mm-hmm.
think they will get better, but I think any team that plays them right now, you can target them.
Take
So
advantage.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I think even though you don't want Nkunku, I think I might give him a week,
So
because of the
start him,
fixture.
Minteh to start or Nkunku? Which one do you think is a better pick to start? Because I don't know if Nkunku is going to
If you
start
ask
this
me
week.
who will start, who is more likely to start is Minte. If that is more important to you, then you have to start Minte. But I feel the fixture is better for Crystal Palace or for Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I had Nkunku, like and then I have all these problems in my team. Like you have the problems of what is his name,
Baku.
Bako, Cancer, even Lewis Hall. These are all problems, right? I will just give him this one. I will give him this one, and then after that, I will revisit. Yeah, definitely. Because who will you
So
bring? Who will you
that's
bring
the
if you
problem.
take out
That's the thing.
Nkunku?
There are not many options. So that's the thing. Not
Yeah,
many
that's
options.
the
Not many options. Honestly. Even Lewis
it's a
Hall,
tough
like
one.
if I can have a three starting defensive, partnership, I know okay, these three they start regardless and they're not too bad. I have Pedro Porro, I have Robinson, but I need another. Like I feel like I need somebody else who I can actually rely on. Like yeah, but I have
Yeah,
to.
actually, I was looking at that. Like I said, that's why I asked you who should I bring in as a defense.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, Chelsea defender is an option. Like you said well, Colwell and Gusto. There are two options, right? You can bring
Mm-hmm.
those two, either of them, because Colwell is 4.5, but then Do we trust Chelsea defense at this stage?
No,
Not yet.
I don't. That's why I go with the fullbacks because the defensive,
Exactly.
it's a bit
Exactly.
sticky when yeah, it's a bit sticky there. So I
And
don't
they
know.
are not yet settled. They are not yet settled. You are
Hmm.
not expecting clean sheets from them, and
Yep.
you know. And then if you take out Chelsea out of the picture, you think about Arsenal, right? Yes, Arsenal have a good fixture this week against what's it called,
Brighton.
against Brighton. But after that, they play Tottenham and Manchester City. Tottenham
It's
away,
not the
Manchester
best.
City at home.
Not the best
So
time
you
to bring
don't.
them in. Yeah.
This is not the best time to bring them. So there is no defender you can look at and say, I will have to go for this team.
Hmm.
Liverpool, likewise, they play a Man United away this week. So you don't want to bring a Liverpool defender this week. Yeah. Manchester City, West Ham away. Maybe Manchester City is the team that you will think of.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe Manchester City is the team
But
that you.
who do you bring in? They're not cheap too. Who do you bring in?
Yeah, but they have a 4.5 million defender who's playing right now. Rico Luis. He's playing ahead of Col.
But that's
But
we
you
don't
don't
know
know. We don't know,
exactly.
right?
That's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, he was one of the one I was thinking as to take a punt on, but I am still wary
At
of
some point, you will have to
Walker will
change.
come in.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
If he
but
continues this way, he might keep Walker out of the team. But
yeah, yeah,
we still don't
definitely.
know
He started.
what type of
He
state he's
started
in.
very well. Yeah, especially for the next two fixtures, which is West Ham away and Brentford at home. I think he might be the punt, and then after
He
that they
might
play
be.
Arsenal and Newcastle. Even if Walker comes into those games, you will not want to start him against Arsenal. You can bench him.
Hmm.
You can bench. So, for example, Walker comes into the game against Arsenal, the more difficult games. I expect Walker to come in the more difficult games, like
Hmm.
Arsenal at home or Liverpool and stuff like that,
Hmm.
because of the experience. So, if that happens, then you can always bench uh, Rico Lewis, but provided you have good options on the bench. So, which is also another problem. So, like your 4 million defenders need to play. Like Consa, you need to sort out that problem. You need to sort out the backup problem, and then you can have a three man midfield defense. It's
I'll try
difficult
and
though.
find. Yeah, I'll try and find. If I'm planning to wildcard now, I'll try and find a replacement for Bako or Kwanzaa, at least to have that option there, just in case something happens with my 11. But right now, it's looking very shaky. you know, I want to have
Yeah,
an
definitely.
option. Yeah, I think that's my assignment this week is to try and find a good option that I'm going to bench. In
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I guess that's the end of the podcast. We've probably discussed what we can for this week. Hopefully, we have a better week, man, because the start is not
Better
good.
days ahead.
The
Better
start
days
has
ahead. Don't worry.
the start has been not starting at all. Yeah,
But like they say, if you start from you don't start well, the only way is up. So at least you are gonna go up.
that's the way to look at it. That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So, thank you guys for watching and listening wherever you are. We are the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. Please check out the Journal Football Bantaba, of course, with all your Gambian content. Any content, any information you want to know about Yanko Minteh and what's going on behind, just go to my man Chama. He knows all the information, and also keep an eye out for the Gambian squad that's going to be announced soon. So
Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, Wednesday. And
tomorrow.
yeah, we will
So
do
yeah.
we do a live watch live reaction after the
Mhm.
announcement. And hopefully we'll have some experts, Gambian
Recent
football
talking points.
experts to
Yeah.
come and talk about what they thought what their thoughts are on that one. So watch out for that.
All right. Thank you guys. Catch you guys on the next one. Bye.
Goodbye.